All right, everybody, Epic is not slowing down with the hype train for the Chapter 6 finale event 0 Hour, because today we finally get to see the real key art for the event, and it is glorious, to say the least. I mean, I can hardly comprehend what I'm looking at, and man, what have they done? What sort of deals have they made for this to exist? And I'm gonna go over everything in this. I've looked it up, and I'm doing my best to resist the urge to look at the actual true event spoilers, because I will get to those in a second. I'm not gonna be revealing any of that, so don't worry about that. Anything I discuss here is stuff that's either in this video or in the teaser trailer from yesterday. As of the day I'm recording this, I don't know when people are going to watch it. It is, what is it, Friday the 21st, 20th? I don't know what date it is. The event is the next Saturday. Not tomorrow, next Saturday. For people watching us. But as you can see, everyone is here to just blatantly copy the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate slogan, everyone is here, almost literally. So let's stop talking about it. Let me stop fanboying over this, very clearly inspired event from. They clearly looked at like the reactions to like Avengers Endgame and Ready Player One. I haven't seen either of those movies. I've seen the big team-up scene, though. I've seen those. And yes, this is probably channeling a lot of that same sort of, look at all your favorite things here together at one time, and they're all going to be fighting alongside each other. Isn't that cool? And the simple answer is, yes, it is. But anyway, let me stop talking here. I'm going to swap over to a different version of the key art, the one without the logo. And I'm gonna zoom in and make the artwork bigger and stuff like that, so bear with me as I try to work this out through OBS. But let's take a nice little look here at the overall image. The Dark Presence in the very center of the map. And I'm wondering, I'm thinking that the Imagined Order bunker from Fortnite OG has been flashing these Morse code signs for a while. If you remember a couple of seasons back, it was flashing something is wrong. We figured that meant the cube, when it spawned, it was red instead of purple. So something somewhere has been changed in history. So that the timeline of Fortnite OG is not the timeline of the current Fortnite Battle Royale. It's a parallel universe that mimics a lot of the same events that happened in the original Fortnite Chapter 1. But anyway, but more recently, it had started flashing, doing Morse code for the word Titans. I was figuring that this was a teaser for all of these big characters coming together to fight the Dark Presence, as we saw in the teaser trailer from yesterday. So I was thinking, okay, that meant Kong, that meant the Megazord, that meant Godzilla, and Giant Homer Simpson, because they showed all four of those in that teaser trailer, even though you didn't really get a good look at the Megazord until this right here. But I'm starting to think not so much now. I'm starting to think that maybe Titans is a reference to the beings like the Dark Presence, and I can't help but wonder if this gigantic demon is in some way connected to the Storm King. I know that like the Storm King hasn't been relevant in a long time, and I just can't help but wonder if these are like similar beings. Do they come from a similar source? Are they both demons, or is there going to be like some sort of demon lords faction that each of these, like, you know, colossally powerful, almost deity-like beings, like, is it going to take every single person from in this collab to take this guy down? Is that how strong he is? I mean, I can't see any other reason as to why this much power is necessary against a single enemy. Granted, I fully expect that with the sheer number of characters on screen, you're going to see a lot of enemies. I figure we're going to see the more Japanese-influenced demons, like from Season 1, like Samurai X, and some of those characters will probably come back. That demon mask that had taken possession of the Night Rose, we'll probably see it again. The Onimorphs, I'm sure we'll see the bugs come back. So there's probably going to be like a whole demon army of various demons showing up to take on this allied force here of what apparently is being teased as not just heroic characters, but villains are going to also be joining up to fight the cause. Because sometimes the good guys and the bad guys work together when they have a common enemy. So if this demon is just going to destroy everything, well, he'll destroy the bad guys too. So the bad guys have incentive to team up with the heroes to take the monster down. So that's going to be interesting, and we can show that. That's definitely going to be something that's happening if you look in the... Well, let's start in this corner, because there's some things I want to address first, but we'll do it in this order. Anyway, hopefully this will work for you guys. Right here, as we have it. Hold on a second. Trying to work all this. Anyway, I'll leave it like this. Starting off, and I've already seen like Tabor Hill's video on this. I think that's his name. He did basically something similar. He zoomed in on it and talked about it. We see right here, if I can I get this to... I'm wasting time. You can see here one of the ships of the Empire from Star Wars. That was, we actually could pilot that thing during the Star Wars mini-season. You'll remember, it sort of functioned the same way. Well, not the same way, but it was the same idea like the Godzilla and Megazord power-ups and the Superman power-up, where first one who gets there gets to do it. You only have a minute or two maybe, minute and a half to shoot laser beams at the island, and then the ship would drift away, and then you just be back in Battle Royale. But they look like, the Empire looks like it's going to be lending a hand here. Then you have Godzilla, of course, in the background. Amazing that he actually looks so small. It really is amazing. Then let's move up a little bit. If you'll look right in front of Godzilla, though, that red cape, it's Superman. Kal-El himself is coming back for round 2 against the Dark Presence. Don't forget, in the Season 3 finale event, where Daigo was summoning the Dark Presence to the island, Superman swooped in at the last second and took off one of this Demon King's tentacles, and it stayed on the island, and that's where a lot of the bugs spawned from. It wasn't the only place the bugs spawned from. Apparently, they were able to make a rift in the in reality itself, so that they could come from the spirit realm or the demon realm directly into the island that way as well. So, but this monster's body is actually able to spawn the bugs too. So that is kind of a terrifying thing to think about. Over here, like, surprisingly one of the closest characters to the Demon King, giant tighty whities Homer Simpson. I can't believe that all of these characters are here, dude. Like, this is going to be an amazing event, and we're nowhere near even talking about all of these collabs. But Homer is actually about to become, he's about to take this size in the game right now. We're still pretty much, we're getting towards the end of the Simpsons mini-season, and it has been a very sweaty season. Let me just put it that way. Very sweaty indeed. But I've had a lot of fun playing the game through on the Springfield map. It's a smaller map, not as many players, but it's been very refreshing. Let me put it that way. I kind of like the smaller island with the fewer players. The fewer players have been very good. If that gives you a clue about how many times I've actually won. I think I've gotten one victory royale, maybe 2 or 3 this entire season. I was starting to think I wasn't going to get even one so I could get the victory umbrella. I still haven't got the OG victory umbrella this season yet. So I hope I don't miss that. But there's Homer. Now, what's very interesting here in the collabs department is look at this van. Now, I thought at first, like, I was seeing things. Or maybe it was a mistake. But that is not the mystery machine. All of the collabs we've seen so far, with the exception of the bride from Kill Bill, and I apologize for my teaser trailer reaction video, where I was not familiar with the character. I've not watched Kill Bill, so I don't know any of these characters' names from that movie. I'm sorry I didn't know. But anyway, that is not the mystery machine. That is the TMNT van, the Ninja Turtles van. What are they doing here? They were from Chapter 5, not Chapter 6. Unless this is a brand new Ninja Turtles collab, and we're getting new Ninja Turtle skins, which, that's possible. But I don't think it's going to be that. I think this is the, because everybody actually said, when they did that Ninja Turtles collab, this was the best, this was some of the best Ninja Turtles designs that have ever existed. Because they took different elements of the Turtles designs from over the years, from the various cartoons and video games, and they sort of meshed them together to form a original Fortnite look for these Turtles. And a lot of people, especially a lot of Ninja Turtles fans, were like, these are actually really good designs. They're not just taken from one generation of Turtle. They've mixed the different Turtles generations together to form something that looks really cool. So I'm assuming we'll see Mikey, Leo, Raph, and Donnie all in this in this big fight with the likes of Godzilla and Homer Simpson. Like, why would their car be there if we're not going to see them? I mean, it just makes the most sense to me. Now we have Evie representing the Peace Syndicate, I guess. It's not her. That's her most recent incarnation. Don't know what this skin is. It's probably just a random Fortnite skin to represent all of the various, Fortnite characters that are going to be a part of this. People are saying that this here is a new version of Lynx that's probably going to be in the next Battle Pass, or one of the next Battle Passes. I think this is another OG skin here. I can't remember what his name is. I'm trying to look. I think this is Jonesy here in the middle. He's very blurry, but I might be wrong there. But let's go up here. Look at that car. Look at this car that's right in front of me. Just barely escaping an explosion. That is the DeLorean from Back to the Future. Now, they've already been teasing this, so it's not a huge surprise. But it looks like we're going to be getting... and I think Marty McFly was actually already confirmed for Chapter 7, Season 1's Battle Pass. So, I don't know. I've seen some rumors out there. Don't know how much of it is real or how much people are just predicting. I think I saw somebody, one of the leakers accidentally shared an AI-generated Battle Pass preview image, and they took it down, or they was like, this was AI, so I thought it was real. It wasn't. One of the reasons why AI should be regulated. But anyway, we're going back to the future, apparently. Like, think about all of these collabs that are happening, man. These are properties that you would never have expected to see together. Like, not even in a game like Multiverses. Like, it's fascinating. Then we get a big old shot here of first of all, in the middle, the Dino Megazord returns. Now, I kind of threw out the idea of, what about the possibility that actually, because we didn't get a Dragonzord skin, by itself, but we did get an alt version of the Megazord that was Dragonzord fighting mode. Because, for those of you who don't know Power Rangers, Dragonzord fighting mode is when, instead of the Mastodon, Triceratops, and Saber-Tooth Tiger Zords combining with the Pterodactyl and Tyrannosaurus, they combine instead with the Dragonzord and become Dragonzord fighting mode. I thought maybe because we didn't get that during the actual Power Rangers season, we would get Dragon Zord fighting mode in this event. But it looks like that's not going to be the case. But I'm fine with that. I hope this means, though, that because we're seeing the Megazord, we'll get to actually see the Rangers themselves down there doing a little bit of that martial arts before they call the Megazord and then charge the Dark Presence. See, I'm hoping that we'll see this. It would make the most sense, in my opinion, a build-up. You don't want to have them all rush the Dark Presence right away. You're going to want to have him show up, summon his demon horde, send all the minions, the peons, the ones that can just be, you know, shoot them, karate chop them, whatever you got to do. They're gone. There's a million of them. He's not going to miss any of them. He can just respawn new demon hordes. And I hope we'll see that. A casual workup to the eventual attempt on the Dark Presence himself. But I want to see the Power Rangers out there. I want to see all of them. Then over here on the side, you've got Kong taking a big leap directly at the Dark Presence. And something people are pointing out, look how small Kong looks compared to the Dark Presence. He's enormous. But there's gonna be some violence. Glorious violence. And then over here in this corner, you can tell, in the corner, you can barely make out some X-Wings in the background of these Hammerhead Choppas. So these are just from the bug season from the OXR team. They're Fortnite original Choppas, but I mean, there are Star Wars ships still appearing, so it's not just the Empire. Good, bad, doesn't matter. They're all teaming up to take on this demon. But there's one more collab in here that is just mind-boggling to realize is actually here. Look above me. Right above me, in the chopper, there's three characters sitting in that chopper, and I don't know if I should try to make this larger so we can see them. It's probably going to end badly. You probably won't be able to see them that well. Anyway, I've made it a little bit bigger. They're now, I put them directly over me, over my head. Well, here, let me make it a little bit bigger. May as well. At this point, it doesn't matter. If I can make it just a little bit bigger, I can pull it to the middle here and you'll be able to see them. Look at this. If you can't tell, squint, maybe. It's so blurry because of how small they are, especially when you're thinking like, you know, there are some gigantic characters in this key art. The Megazord, Kong, Godzilla, Big Homer. That is Huntrix from K-pop Demon Hunters. From left to right, that's Mira, Rumi, and Zoe on the chopper, riding into battle. This film was released just a few months ago, and it has just, it's garnered so much attention. People have fallen so in love with it that it is now a big part of this finale event. Huntrix is going to ride into battle against a Fortnite enemy of this, a colossal Fortnite enemy with some of the most iconic fictional characters in all of media. Superman is the superhero of superheroes. Godzilla, the king of the kaiju. I mean, probably one of the most iconic characters to come out of Japan ever. Especially considering what the story of Godzilla originally represented and what it was like a tale of. Like, these are, I mean, The Simpsons, one of the longest running cartoons of all time, but also just one of the most iconic cartoon series of all time. It's just undeniable. And there's so many of these characters. I'm swapping off of the zoom in here. I mean, and that's not to, like, the influence of the Super Sentai? How long has Power Rangers been going on? How long has the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles been around? Back to the Future and Kill Bill are like, these are beloved movies and films. Star Wars. I know that, like, depending on which Star Wars fan you ask, it's either crap now or people still love it, but it is a huge franchise, and iconic. Like, the original Star Wars films are still considered iconic. So you've got the K-pop Demon Hunters they're going to be fighting alongside all of these characters. And the thing is, this is not even all of the collabs that are going to be in this event. Because apparently leakers are saying that, well, before I get into what the leaker said, I guess now it was shown yesterday that, you know, there were a bunch of different people who went to the exclusive premiere, I guess, of this event. They got to go see it on the 19th, I guess, a teaser of Chapter 7. I'm guessing they got to go see the event. And for K-pop Demon Hunters, the character Zoe's singing voice, Rayami, was there. Now we know for sure why she was there. Because her character is gonna be in this fight. Incredible stuff. But anyway, leakers are already saying, going back to what I got away from, these collabs here that are confirmed for sure are not the only ones. There are some surprises in store that they are not going to leak, although I think some of them went ahead and leaked it. I've done my best to not look, although I do think that I saw some of them. I hope... I want to be surprised. It's only a week. I'm not one to get super upset at spoilers. Like, if something gets spoiled for me, I'll be like, that would have been cool to see and, you know, be surprised by it. But, like, I'm not going to let it ruin my day. But if I cannot spoil something, I'm going to try not to. So, a ton of collabs already confirmed for this. More are coming. Now, whether they reveal all of those or not before the event, who knows? I'm definitely excited, though. The ones I've seen will definitely bring some interesting choices if those were actually accurate. Because the leakers are also saying now that some of these collabs may not happen. At least of the ones that haven't been shown yet. And there's a chance some of them may have gotten cut before anything was finalized. There's no real way to tell unless you actually have already seen this and you know what's coming. But the idea that, one, this is already a tremendous level of collaboration for this event. It is already also the largest event they've ever had in terms of, I think they were saying it's the largest event ever based on the file size for everything. And not only that, but they have been doing stress tests on the servers to make sure that all of the people that they're expecting to be here to watch this thing live, that they're wanting to make sure that the servers will hold so that people don't miss out. So they're already anticipating a huge audience, and they're anticipating server trouble. And I can see why now. I see now why they're worried about it. And it's good that they're giving themselves a week to get it all straightened out, because it would be a disaster for something like this, as big as it is, with as many collabs as they're throwing out here for it, to crash. And, you know, 10, 20, 30% of people don't get to see it. That would be horrible. Even if it was just like 4 or 5% of people didn't get to see it because it crashed, that would still be a disaster. But it does make me feel a little bit better. Granted, in my personal experience, I've not had too much trouble with the live events screwing up on me. There was a time or two where there were some hiccups, but generally speaking, the live events tend to go okay. They tend to go pretty well for the most part, or at least they have for me. But I am just very excited now for this. And there are so many different characters. And especially if the presence of the Ninja Turtles possibly suggesting that it's not just collabs from Chapter 6. They could go even further back into their history of the different collabs they've done over the years. And basically just pull anybody that they want to add. And there's just so much potential. And at the same time, you've also got like the voice actor for Phineas from Phineas and Ferb, basically all but saying, that there is a Phineas and Ferb collaboration coming to Fortnite without, saying it directly. I mean, there was a survey that came out recently that said, Phineas and Ferb collaboration possible. It's been cited in the survey. Epic's asking about it, and the actor for Phineas, his name is Vincent Marcella or something like that, I think, said, "Hey, that would be pretty cool. I definitely don't know anything at all about a possible Phineas and Ferb collaboration in Fortnite." And he did like the side eyes thing. And then again today, he said, "Hypothetically speaking, would you guys like to see would you guys be excited for a Phineas and Ferb collaboration in Fortnite?" So he's already throwing it out there that it's coming. I mean, come on, read between the lines. I mean, they're barely lines at this point. It's basically him just holding up a picture of the skins going, "There's not a collab. No collab. No collab. Don't look at the collab. There's no collab here. What collab? This collab? It's not a collab. It's not real." That's what he's doing. So, it's basically what he's doing. So, who knows? Phineas and Ferb could show up in this. I mean, on top of so many other of the old collabs. So the question really is, at this point, who all is going to show up? That's the main question. I don't know, man. This could be something special. And I know, again, people are saying it's in game. It's Ready Player One. I don't care. I just want it to be cool. As long as all the characters that show up act like themselves and don't do anything like completely out of character, this could be one of the funnest things that in all of gaming. Like I'll go that far. I mean, we won't know until we see it, but this image is mind blowing. These are all characters who should not be appearing together at one time, and yet here they are, and it's just, it could only happen in this game. I mean, we say, Super Smash Bros. Was special because Nintendo was able to build a team. They had Sakurai leading the charge, and enough gaming companies believed in Sakurai's vision of what Super Smash Bros. Was supposed to be, that they entrusted their characters to him and said, "Here you go. Let Banjo fight Mario now. Let Sephiroth fight Mario. Let the Dragon Quest protags fight Mario. Here's Sora from Kingdom Hearts." And I don't know that there's necessarily the same level of trust here, but I feel like Epic generally lets the characters that they put into these games, they represent them pretty well. Like as well as they can for a game where the characters you play as are just cosmetics. They're just skins. The characters themselves don't give you any real advantage in battle. Like, if you play as Superman, you don't get super strength. You have to do with whatever the limitation is within Fortnite, which is generally guns. But there's always a gimmick in there to make sure that when a character is brought in, it feels special in some way, even if it's not a huge collab, like something like the Beavis and Butthead collab. Okay, it's Beavis and Butthead, and they've got some fun cosmetics, but when you get a kill with them, they do their laugh. You get to hear for for Beavis, you get to hear the, like, you know, you get to hear that, or for when it's Butthead hits the, I'm doing a horrible Mike Judge Butthead laugh there, but should I try one more time? Strike 3. God, that sucked. Ignore that. But they make the collabs feel special, and so I believe that this will be something to remember. And if this image is only half of what we're getting, because they were saying it could be at least 18 collabs. This is Star Wars, Godzilla, Superman, The Simpsons, TMNT, Back to the Future, Kill Bill, Power Rangers. I guess Kong technically counts as the Godzilla one for the Monsterverse thing that they're doing. HUNTR. That's 9 there. And with them saying 18, that's twice what we're seeing on screen. Who else is coming? So that is, I don't know. I've said so much already, but also kind of just fanboying out a bit about this. I thought Fortnite has had a very strong year. Chapter 6 has been a very exciting, good chapter for the game. And, I mean, and that's in terms of fun and in terms of the collabs. Big collabs. And so, I don't know. I'm just looking forward to this event. What do you guys think? I've talked for so long. And congratulations and thank you for anyone who's still watching this video, because I see now I'm over 30 minutes. But I just wanted to sit here and talk about it because it's really cool. And this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I'm a fan of a lot of these collabs in some way or form. And to see this many different forms of media or pieces of media that I like together. This is what I play Fortnite for. I don't care about like Tim Sweeney's vision to turn Fortnite into a platform. I don't care about that. All I want from Fortnite is cool collaborations and an interesting story. I don't need for Fortnite to become something more than this. A game where you can play as almost any character you want. You know, even if it is just a third-person shooter battle royale. I want to see the game do more of this. I don't need it to become a place where, you know, I don't need it to become like a market. I don't need it to become some, like, what was that Facebook was doing, that metaverse or whatever they called it, where you can build a digital life online and make it like The Sims, only far less interesting and entertaining. Like, no. I don't want Fortnite to become, hey, come work at the digital McDonald's while you're not at your actual physical job. Like, no, I don't want to do that. I want this. I want this stuff. Yes, it's fan servicey and gimmicky, like, through and through. But it's fun. That's all I want it to be, is fun. But what do you guys think? How are you feeling about this event so far? Are you excited about all these collabs showing up together and taking on this big demon? Are there any collabs that haven't been confirmed for this yet that you hope will show up in the end? Let me know in the comments which collabs that you want to see the most, whether they're already confirmed or not. And hey, only just over a week left until this event drops. Not much time left at all. So appreciate you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And be sure to tune in as we keep talking about this event, because I'm sure over the next week, up until the day of the event, Epic is going to still slow drop us some more news. And we may even, there's a chance they may just go ahead and reveal every character. I don't know, that maybe we'll get a full Fortnite trailer for it that shows all the collabs off. I mean, this has got to get these different fan bases excited. Like, you're basically inviting all of the fan bases from all of these properties to come watch this event. Saying, if you like the Power Rangers, come watch this. If you're a big K-pop Demon Hunters fan, come watch this. If you love Superman, if you love Godzilla, you love Back to the Future, come watch this event. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about all this stuff in the comments, and we'll see you later in the next video, whenever that is. Till then, bye-bye.